2 years, a global computer chip shortage, though, has shaken up the technology market, of course, all pandemic prompted.
It's still going on 2 years
Yeah.
later, and with computer prices up about 20% since the pandemic began, more and more people are trying to breathe a little life into those older computers instead of shelling out hundreds for new ones.
When the coronavirus pandemic struck 2 years ago, it was a perfect storm for the computer business. Manufacturing plants shut down just as demand for computers soared.
People have relied more on their home computers now more than ever. Everybody's working from home, doing more remote service and support. So the efficiency and use of your home computers now is more important than ever.
Justin Haycock of Tech Nuts in Erie says stores sold out quickly, and even 2 years later, inventory is hard to come by.
It's a little better now than it was, like, say, 3 months ago. 3 months ago, you were lucky to go into a store and find whatever you had. Especially during the new school season, that was really bad where they didn't have anything in stock.
So if you're waiting for the computer you want to become available, or you can't afford a new one, Haycock says repair what you have. It's reasonably cheap, and it could add years to your computer's life.
There's a lot of good machines out there that are 2-3 years old that just need a couple upgrades that will bring them up to performing better than the day they bought it.
Haycock says if you're looking to speed up an older, slower computer, an easy first step is to clear out unwanted programs. But he says it's important to know what you're doing, because if you don't, you might end up deleting something you actually need.
He expects the market to level out perhaps by the end of this year. So he says be patient. Use what you have if you can, and let that patience pay off.
Get a little bit more time out of that. Get a couple more years if you have a fairly newer computer with a couple upgrades. Get your money's worth out of that. It'll pay off in the end.
The moral to the story here being wait and repair if you can, but he says sometimes computers it's time for a new one.
Yeah.
And he says when that's the case, don't cheap out. Yes, prices are up, but don't go with the cheap computer with bad parts. If you can, shell out the extra money. It will pay for itself in the long run. Get something worthwhile if you have to get a new one.
Pay now or pay later.
That's exactly it, right? That's the motto. It's the moral of life right there. Well, today is